John. Thank you for having me in this in your podcast series. Um, I live in Hamilton, New Zealand,
Okay.
and but my ancestry or my tribal area that I come from is the northern part of New Zealand.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I live in Hamilton, New Zealand, where the first temple in New Zealand was built.
All right. So thank you for that short introduction, Judy. Just to my listeners, just to let them know that Judy and I were in the same mission at Philippines Cebu East Mission back in 1980,
Yes,
87. Okay,
yes,
when Cebu Mission and Manila Mission was merged into one mission, and then it created Philippines Cebu East Mission, where Judy came from Cebu and I was from Manila Mission, and we're together in Legazpi Zone. So let's dive in, Judy. Uh, Probably, can you tell us more about yourself a little bit for my viewers and followers?
sure. It's great to be here. So as I said, I live in Hamilton, New Zealand, um, and I attended, the church had a high school here. So when
Mhm.
the temple was built in Hamilton, New Zealand, they also built a high school. And my parents were part of that. That's why they left our tribal area in the north and
Mhm.
came to Hamilton to build the temple and the school, which was Church College of New Zealand. And I'm number 6 of 10 children,
Oh, okay.
and we all attended Church College.
Mhm.
And because when you go to a church school, you have access to the church authorities who visit regularly, and so we had the CES administration and even the prophets who came
Mhm.
to the college, and so we had access to that. And also, one of the things that they added to the school was the MTC when they were building MTCs, and so they attached it to the college. And so every Monday, every fortnight, which is every 2 weeks, there was a new intake, and they would come into our assembly, and we would see our ex-students sitting in front of us,
Mhm.
going on missions. And so that was one of the, I guess, the seeds planted, and it was actually a really good example, because the theme or the motto of the school was "Build Now for Eternity." And
Okay.
so, but missionary work was part of the part of the mission of the church. So it
Mhm.
was right there in front of our eyes. And then after church college, I attended BYU Hawaii.
Oh.
I had a sister who had gone there
Mhm.
and had come home for a visit, and she was homesick. She says, "Why don't you come to school over there?" And I went. I couldn't think of a reason to say no, so saying no to Hawaii. So I went, and it was while I was at BYU that I had felt the call to serve a mission.
Mhm.
And because of my family, there had already been 3 other missionaries in my family. My 2 brothers and an older sister had served. And because my parents were missionaries, it was in the blood. And
Mhm.
so I heeded the call. I put my papers in Hawaii, and then I came home to New Zealand because I wanted to go through the temple with my parents.
Okay. All right. So, can you take us back in time, the moment you received that you'll be assigned in Cebu, Philippines?
Um,
What was it?
okay.
Did you expect it?
No, no, I did not expect it at all.
Uh-huh.
Um, so my siblings had served in Australia and in New Zealand.
Mm.
So I was thinking it was going to be there. But the other point, most New Zealanders at the time were also being sent to the Philippines.
Mhm.
A stack of my friends had served in the Philippines, and they had come back and they had said how much they loved the place.
Wow. Thank you.
So no, I have friends from that had served in Baguio, Manila,
Mm.
Davao, and Cebu, because those were
Mhm.
the missions back then. and then because Kazon came online right before I came out.
Yes, yes.
So, but when I came out, there were 6 missions, but
Mhm.
those were the choices back in those days. And so a lot of, and they had spoken highly of the place, and they had talked about our challenges adjusting to the
Mhm.
Philippines. One, the heat, the food, and because we all came out English speaking, we didn't
Mhm.
go to the MTC,
Okay.
and so yes, we came straight from the MTC to the Philippines. So I had heard a lot about the Philippines, and also, but when I was in the MTC, the Lord revealed to me that He had sent me to Hawaii to prepare me to go to
Mhm.
Philippines, and it prepared me for the heat, prepared
Okay.
me to be away from home, and
Have you met any Filipinos there or Filipinas who been attending BYU Hawaii?
yes, yes,
Okay. All right.
yes, there were a lot of them. Um, yeah, there was. In fact, one of the sisters that I served with in Cebu, Sister
Oh,
Heidi Angeles, her
Angeles.
sister was at BYU.
All right. Yeah.
So
She's
yeah,
in Utah right now.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there was those sort of connections, but well, the biggest adjustment for me, because when I went to BYU and because we ate in the cafeteria, they served rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
And
which was
Nataro, huh?
yes, which was unusual for me because we don't eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the biggest adjustments
Oh, okay.
because when we got to got to the Philippines, that's exactly what it was. It also got me, so being at BYU helped me to be away from home, helped me to write letters, those archaic things that, you had to have a pen and paper and a stamp to write to my family. And also it helped me to budget,
Mhm.
to live on a low budget. but but yeah, so it prepared me to go to the
Mhm.
Philippines, and so yeah, it was great.
All right. So let's go to your mission now. I know it's
Mm.
been a long time. It's like 30 plus years now. Can you narrate to us some of your unforgettable experience, including the one you just told me? Can you expound a little more and for my viewers and listeners?
Everything that happened, everything that I experienced in the Philippines was unforgettable. And because I had, oh, so I served. My first area was on Negros and Bacolod,
Bacolod, yeah.
and
They have temple there?
oh, they do now.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a very
yes,
big temple.
yeah. Because one of the things, and a thought, from now is that, Gordon B. Hinckley dedicated the Philippines to missionary work in 1960,
Mhm.
and I was there 26 years after that dedication. And so, but when you're looking at now, the progress, the leaps and bounds that have happened to the Philippines since then, and
Yes.
the amount of temples, it's just astronomical, and it's such a huge blessing. So Bacolod was my first area. Then I moved to Cebu and was in
Mhm.
Mandawi. Then I moved up, and then the mission split then. And then
Yes.
I moved up to Legazpi,
Mhm.
and then my final area was Tacloban. And
Okay.
so those were the areas that I served in. I had 9 companions, and only one of them was not a Filipina.
Oh.
She was from England,
Mhm.
Sister Pallet, and we had and so all of them, I learnt so much from them, and learnt how to share the gospel and to preach from each of them. Some highlights. Yes, and I learnt many things. Because one of my first experiences when I got to the Philippines, we went out proselyting, and my companion, this is my first area, my companion, we were teaching, and she turned to me and she said, Now, be your testimony of Joseph Smith. And I went to move, and then when that was a pivotal moment for me, because I had arrived in my mission and I didn't have a testimony of Joseph Smith. And I realized it right there and then. And because I had borrowed the testimony of my parents,
Yes.
of my own.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt really, really awkward about that. And because she'd asked me to share a testimony, so I stammered my way through it. I said they were words, and I knew that they were words. They weren't actually a solemn testimony, and I felt ashamed that I'd come all this way, and I had realized that right there and then. And so we were heading back and for lunch, and I just went straight to my room and I fell on my knees. And I explained the situation to Heavenly Father, and I said, I've come all this way, and I don't know, I haven't received this witness of my own. And so I asked Heavenly Father, please confirm that Joseph Smith is your prophet. Actually, could you do it quickly, because we've got another appointment, sort of a thing. And while I was on my knees, I had this overwhelming peace. And this still small voice came to me and said, he is my prophet. So from that point on, I was able to bear a solemn witness that he is a prophet. See, because I had a testimony of the Book of Mormon, but I didn't have a testimony of him. So that was a highlight for me. So from that point on, I could absolutely bear a solemn testimony of my own that he is a prophet of God.
Okay, that's a good story. So is there any other thing you have learned from your mission that somehow brought joy to your experience as a young missionary in the Philippines?
Well, because it's the whole experience. So, like, I loved going to the markets. I love going to the palenque to see the diversity, to the, Palenque, Mercado, whichever dialect we were in at the time. I loved going there to see the people, the diversity, the richness of the area, and because there were fruits and other things at the market. I had no idea what they were. But I loved going into that space and just seeing the difference and the, because if we were punted for the day, we'd walk through the market, get some vegetables or some fruit, and sit down and see what else we would do for the day. But I just loved going into the marketplace. I also I love to see the bartering and the ability to barter in the market, about the price, getting the price. Because my companions would say to me, "Don't say a word when we go into the market. Don't talk, because the price will triple."
They will know that you're a foreigner, huh?
So they said, don't talk when we go into because while I look like a Filipina, they said, don't say anything. And so I loved Christmas in the Philippines.
Yes.
I loved it because I had 2 Christmases in the Philippines, and one birthday. So 2 Christmases and 1 birthday in the Philippines. But I loved Christmas. I loved the celebration. I loved the fiestas. Whenever we were going through the barangay, I loved being in the shadow of the Mayan volcano for all of my mission while I was in Legazpi. I loved it. Yeah, so one of my emails is named after the volcano. There are just so many things that the whole experience is part of the mission. So the missionary work was there, but because I wouldn't have chosen to go to the Philippines, but I I appreciate that. I love that God knows better than me.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Sister Judy. Just to remind you that,
Oh,
remember when you went here in Utah in 2023? That was 2 years
yes.
ago,
Yes.
like a few months or probably few months before our mission president died or passed
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave this to me. Can you
Oh,
explain it to us and my viewers what it is?
well, so that's well, it's a gift. And the design on there is it's the design from the fern. I don't know if you know what a fern is in New Zealand. There's the spiral and it has all the
Spiral.
seeds in it.
Yeah.
Yes. So as for Maori, it's a symbol of eternity.
All right.
And so that's what that
Mhm.
means. And so you're applying eternal relationships, eternal because Māori are big on whānau, on family. And so also reflective of our family and our relationships. And because you and I meeting on a mission and the work that we were doing has eternal consequences.
Yes.
And so it's reflective of that relationship. That's why I went, oh no, this one will be. But I'll, if I see you when I come back to Utah, I will bring something else.
Thank
But
you
yeah,
in
that was
advance.
and because one of the young men that we met and taught and baptized, uh, we've stayed in touch,
Mhm.
and he served a mission.
Mhm.
He's married in the temple and has his own family, and his son has served in the Manila mission.
Mm.
His children are, he has other sons, but I don't know if they've gone out on missions at this point. But just the blessings that have come, because he's the only one I think of the progress that has happened in Tabaco,
Mhm.
and think that he's a key. He's instrumental uh, um, in
Progress.
spreading the gospel.
Mhm.
Yes, spreading the gospel in that area. Yes.
All right. Very awesome experience, Sister Owen. That's an experience money cannot buy, or
Yeah,
wealth
that's right.
wealth in the world cannot buy. It's an eternal thing, and if it's eternal, then we treasure it. So thank you so much, Judy. I hope to catch you again in some future time,
Mm,
probably in person,
I
and not
hope so.
just and not
Yes.
just talking,
Mm.
thousands of miles away. What
It's
time is it now there?
it's 9:25 a.m. Saturday
Okay,
morning.
Saturday. So it's 1:25 here, Friday afternoon. All right. So thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.